What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Free Range 6M podcast. Today it's just Dad and I just hanging out. Christian and Zane were up late partying. Christian's at work, and Zane's back taking a little nappy nap. So,
Not feeling too well today.
yeah, I think my kids got him sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shiloh was not feeling good, and then he said Asa had a little bit of something.
Had Asa Friday night, stayed over, and yeah, she had something going on.
Yeah, we just been hanging out, getting shit done. We had an architect come through recently to start on some shit for the city so we can get this place opened up.
Right.
We're here at KC Speakeasy, our event space here in, damn near downtown Kansas City.
Right.
It's a 48-foot bar, private event space, 6,000 square feet.
Prohibition era
Yeah.
theme.
Yeah. So we've just been handling business. Not a lot of crazy shit going on besides the clown mobs coming after us and posting about us and calling us racist and
terrorists.
The usual.
Yeah.
And
still love them though,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking their mind.
Yeah.
Just don't sit on the sidelines and not be expecting to be held accountable.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right though.
Well, I think we had, we were kind of put into a position lately where we're kind of being told maybe to take things down, posts, and add things in our content. People are kind of suggesting that we do certain things with our content to make it right.
Yeah.
And I remember we were on the phone and, you were telling me about some of those things, and I was just like, fuck that.
Yeah. We've learned a couple of things through it, but
Yeah. We're not backing down to anybody. We ain't bending the knee. We are who we are, and we say what we mean, and that's it. You can deal with it, or you can kick rocks. But we respect your right to speak your mind as well.
Yeah, and even some of those people, they appreciate the right to free speech. So it's been a good discussion, I would say, and we've learned a couple of things, and it's been great though.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had people stop me or text me or message me and say, "Hey, thanks for what you guys are doing."
Yeah.
We're worried about our kids and grandkids just like you are, and we appreciate you guys speaking up. So
Yeah.
it's been good.
Yeah, I just think, if we were to ever give in to any of that or let people kind of control us in any way, we might as well quit what we're doing.
Right.
Because, it defeats the purpose of everything that we're doing.
Yep. It tested our convictions a little bit, right?
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah. I just believe that our audience that has supported us this whole time has helped us build this thing that's getting some attention now and never is the time to break.
Right.
And we look to serve the people, to provide a space where people know that there's no lies being told, and that everything's authentic. And maybe we aren't correct or right about everything we say. Maybe we do make a mistake. Maybe we say the wrong thing, but we're not going to take it down or be a coward and back down. And no, if we say something wrong, we're gonna stand on that, just like we stand on something that we're right about.
That's
and,
right.
We'll own up to it.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
take responsibility.
Absolutely.
But what we're not gonna do is censor ourselves or anyone that comes against us. None of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is an authentic space where we can speak our minds, and others are welcome to hop on the podcast too.
Yeah, I think one of the things too that's been encouraging is that some people have seen this and heard about it or read about it, and they're if we can inspire others to step up and speak up, have that courage, that's a win.
Yeah,
that's what we're here for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, winning's great, but we're not always here to win. We're here to, win an argument or be right about everything or politically correct. Like, we're not with none of that shit.
All right.
It's just whatever is on our minds, whatever we're thinking is what we're saying. And you're free to correct us on anything or drop a comment and inform us. But that's what this space is about.
Yep.
We're not the center of the world.
Absolutely.
We're part of everything that you're part of too, and we're here to have a conversation.
Yep.
But we do got a few topics We'll go ahead. If anybody ain't seen this video, maybe you have, but we're gonna go ahead and play it. It's stems from the situation at the southern border,
Texas.
And here it is. So yeah, this comes after. I'll read this article from KVUE.com. In December 2023, Texas Governor Abbott signed an immigration bill known as SB 4 into law. The law was quickly met with lawsuits from groups looking to stop it from taking effect, calling it unconstitutional. Since then, Texas has been embroiled in legal battles over the law. Most recently, on March 19th, a federal appeals court issued an order that put SB 4 back on hold. The decision came after a divided Supreme Court had allowed Texas to begin enforcing the law. So Supreme Court ruled that, yeah, go ahead, enact it, enforce it. It lets them arrest, deport anybody they think that isn't illegal.
Right.
You know, they'll get to the bottom of it.
Right.
And, you know, if they're illegal, they get shipped back to, well, not, you know, they get plopped back over the border.
Right.
You know, right back where they crossed.
Yeah. And the Supreme Court didn't decide that it was constitutional or not. They just allowed the law to go into force and into law. And then, like you said, the lower court, appellate court, paused it. So waiting on arguments this week on that.
Yeah, and there's this other point in the article. It says, but as critics of the bill point out, there is no guarantee that Mexico would accept people who are not Mexican citizens. The country's government also said in a press release on March 19th that it will not accept migrants who are deported by Texas.
Yeah.
So it's a sticky situation.
It is.
You know, I think that they're all coming from the southern border. They're all crossing over from
Texas, Arizona,
Mexico,
California.
But at the same time, we kind of, this is the first, I just thought of this, is when our borders are open and our media is blasting it all over for everybody to see.
For the world to see.
There's not a whole lot that Mexico can really do. I mean, maybe they could build a wall too, but we can't say that we're not instigating this.
True.
And a lot, you know,
Very true. It's a good point.
And kind of guiding those people to cross through Mexico and get over here.
In fact,
either way, it's the fucking Biden administration that needs to step the fuck up, or somebody needs to solve this issue and get that motherfucker, do something with him.
Agreed.
Right.
Agreed. And I was researching this morning and wanted to know what the numbers look like, the data, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the most the problem that's discussed the most is the Mexico border, and it gives people the impression that it's all Mexicans or Central
that you
Americans.
hate Mexicans if you bring it up.
Right.
If you bring it up, you're racist, and you're just talking about Mexicans.
Yeah.
We're illegal immigrants is who we're talking about.
Exactly. And so the data, federal fiscal year 2023, 49% of the illegal immigrants were from Mexico or North Central America, leaving 51% from other continents.
Yeah.
South America and across the Atlantic, across the Pacific, right?
Yeah.
51% of them are not from Mexico or North Central America.
So when you blast this shit all over the media, not only is it going to make us fight about it here in the U.S. and, certain
Right.
situations happen where everybody's bickering and everybody hates each other.
Yep.
It's a fucking signal to the rest of the world that's watching, because everybody that's not in a communist nation or anybody that's got a damn cell phone that can get some signal and connect to the fucking internet, you can probably find out that, hey, dude, we can go to fucking America for free and shit,
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it.
Yep.
So I think the people that support this, and the people that aren't sure what's going on, there's something going on. and you can't trust these people, these politicians,
Right.
because there's an agenda behind everything.
Yep, there is. It's not in our best interest.
Yeah, look at the voter ID map. They're trying to allow these people to vote. Who are they going to vote for?
Yeah.
The person that let them in here.
Right.
There's a, I think I've seen a story. I wish I would have brought this article up, but if you look this up on Google, there's a situation. I forget what state too. I hate bringing up topics without having a source, but they're trying to give them guns too. There's a I think it's in Illinois actually. There's a guy that's a legal immigrant that he can have a gun now.
Yeah.
He bought a pistol.
Well, and they're allowing people to be deputized, and I think it's California, sheriff's deputy without an ID.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, it's we keep saying this, like,
And it's all planned. There's an agenda that people want to defund the police, and then you can't even pay these cops. Nobody wants to be a cop anyways
Right.
at that point. But who does? Who will work for less and be? They're gonna bring the illegal immigrants. They're gonna fucking police us. And
Yep.
it's just a sticky situation.
when you mention Biden, it's certain politicians, it's certain non-politicians that have control and influence over this country that are enabling this to happen.
Yeah.
And they're not looking out for Americans' best interest, and they're not looking out for the best interests of these illegal immigrants.
Yeah. When
They're
you got illegals fucking
don't care
squatting in
about them.
people's houses.
Yeah, they
They're
don't care
fucking-
about people,
Yeah.
whether it's Americans or non-Americans. They don't care about them.
Yeah.
It's intentional. It's an agenda, like you said.
Yeah, there's stories of people going on vacation or going to work for the day, and they come back to their home, and these fucking dirty motherfuckers are sitting in their goddamn house.
Yeah.
And there ain't nothing they can do about it.
Yep.
I think there was a situation maybe in New York or something where a lady, she had illegal immigrants come and squat in her house, and she tried to remove them, and they arrested her.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Like, these motherfuckers are coming, whether they want to or not, they're coming to take your shit, take your jobs, get federal assistance in some way.
especially
Who's
our
paying
poorest,
for that shit?
especially our poorest demographics.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are going to suffer.
They're
the
getting
most
left
from this.
behind.
That's right. That's right.
So all these people, all these big cities that voted Democrat in their cities, and Democrats are running their cities.
Yeah.
You voted for a promise that they gave you, and it's not going to be fulfilled.
All right.
You're going to be replaced. It's called the replacement theory.
All right.
The great replacement. It's not even a fucking theory. It's fucking happening right now.
And we talked mostly about Texas, but I was reading the data. First of all, in December, it was a 31% increase over November. And 2023 was a record year.
Yeah.
And then there were more in illegal crossings in Arizona in December than Texas. We don't hear nothing about Arizona. Just hear
Yeah.
about Texas, because Texas is fighting back, trying to do something about it.
Need to get Kerry Lake in there.
Yeah, and in San Diego in December, there were nearly 6,000 Chinese illegal immigrants arrested in California at the border. So it's not just Mexican. I mean, it's a problem. It's a global problem, right?
Yeah.
Mexico saying, "Yeah, we don't want them either because they're not Mexican nationalists."
Yeah.
But maybe you should help us stop them from coming into your country and into our southern border.
Yeah, we closed our borders. Nobody's going through Mexico to get here.
Right.
So I think it's getting pretty ridiculous.
It absolutely is.
They're destroying our country.
They do not care about us. These people letting this happen again. I got to keep saying it. They do not care about us or the people coming across the border.
Yeah.
It's an agenda.
Our president doesn't want to call them what they really are. He doesn't want to say the word illegal, even though he slipped up at the State of the Union and actually said the word illegal.
Right.
He wants to fucking comfort these people. He doesn't want to disrespect them.
Yeah.
But he also won't apologize or call Laken Riley's family that was murdered by an illegal immigrant that he led over.
And again, human trafficking and sex trafficking and drug trafficking. I mean, you ain't got to say no more.
Yeah.
We've talked about
They're
this
killing
before.
us.
Yeah.
They're killing our people. They're replacing our people.
Yep.
And it fucking needs to stop. I mean,
Crazy shit.
so yeah, let's see. Yeah, I mean, if you fucking support these motherfuckers and you're supporting this shit that's going on,
Just as guilty.
God forbid they fucking come squat in your house or kill
Right.
your daughter or fucking, fuck your shit up.
Right.
Like God forbid it actually affects you as a fucking human being, a fucking person here in America.
And we've seen examples and heard about examples of these people, these politicians that are allowing this to happen. They're enabling this to happen, and then all of a sudden it does affect them, right? A politician, a mayor, or somebody starts to be affected directly by these stupid policies, and then all of a sudden things change.
These people are so out of touch. These people have security. They work in a building where they have police guarding them.
Yeah.
Like they're heavily guarded people.
Yep.
That are letting this happen. It doesn't affect them.
Yeah, they got people around them with guns.
Yeah.
Right, and they're heavily protected, even though they want to defund the police, make everybody else less safe. So all of a sudden it affects them, and shit changes all of a sudden. It's funny how that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, we have no idea how many terrorists are coming over the border or anything, and that
Right.
leads us into this
Real terrorists.
Yeah, leads us into the next topic of the Russian concert hall mass shooting. 133 people at least dead. Children, women, men, all of them.
Пиздец, уберите свой телефон, блядь, ползи вперед!
Пойдем вперед, ребят!
Ну куда там сзади, блядь?
Честь! Ползите вперед!
Пока хвост не
ISIS claims responsibility for the attack, and Russia's borders aren't wide open.
They're not.
You can't get in there like you can get in here.
Right.
But this article from WION News: Russian President Vladimir Putin vowed action against the perpetrators of the devastating attack in Moscow at the Crocus City Hall on Friday, March 22nd, that killed at least 133 people. He said, all the executors, planners, and those who ordered this crime will be rightfully and inevitably punished, whoever they are and whoever directed them. Let me repeat, we will identify and punish everyone who stood behind the terrorists who prepared this attack against Russia and against our people. It's, like, I would pay to see what happens to those terrorists over in Russia.
Yeah, I would too.
Like, I'd pay. We'll
Should
fucking
televise that.
have an event right here in the Speakeasy
Right.
to watch what happens with
Yeah.
these fucking
Yeah.
terrorists.
Watch party.
Fucking $1 beers,
Yeah.
free shots. We got fucking 200 slots open.
Yeah.
Come on,
Let's go.
let's televise it and let's see what happens.
That's better than UFC.
You know. So I mean,
I was researching this stuff, I did come across, I got curious about gun rights in Russia versus the U.S., and it is definitely more restrictive than here and has a lot to do with their history. Our histories are much different. And after the Bolshevik Revolution of 1917 in Russia, they tightened it down quite a bit, of course. And they definitely look at different types of weapons differently than we do. And so they've let off their gun laws a little bit, but there's no concealed carry or open carry in Russia, not at all. And their requirements are much more restrictive than the U.S. And they don't have a Second Amendment like we do.
it's not their right
It's not their right.
to have a gun.
That's right. So even here, the risk of that happening is here too.
Especially with everything that's going
difference-
on at the border.
Yeah, especially that. And the difference is that we have states like Missouri and Kansas with open carry, and so they're going to be less, or the risk to them is that somebody will prevent them from killing more people than they would have otherwise, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you'd have a lot less confidence walking into
Absolutely.
Mo Country,
Yeah.
than,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
Anybody ever been to Mo Country, Green Valley, Missouri?
Oh, yeah.
Check it out.
No country.
Yeah, you definitely be a lot less confident in a place like Missouri or Kansas walking into something and trying that, because there was like 11, I think like 11 people arrested or something, but they had AKs,
Yeah.
and they were just completely confident in what they were doing.
Because we see examples, unfortunately, all over the place where an innocent bystander's carrying and stops the robbery or the
Yeah.
criminal activity. Maybe
Even in the
somebody-
simple robbery situations at a gas station, you
7-Eleven
see it
or
all the
something.
time.
Yep.
You'll see these mass shootings, like the big time ones, and they'll be like, "Well, nobody was there to stop it."
Yeah.
All right, here and there, yeah, it happens. But like, you see it all the time when somebody fucking reacts at a gas station and protects the people around them.
Right.
Steps
Saves
up
lives.
because they were able to carry a gun,
Yep.
and it makes you feel safe. It makes people around you feel safe.
Yep.
So I would suggest everybody, maybe we'll have Brent on here, talk some gun
Yeah.
knowledge sometime.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Um,
Gun expert.
yeah.
Mel,
Yeah.
Brent. Yep.
Mhm.
Definitely.
So yeah, that's a terrible situation. It's definitely possible here. Guns are not. But the main point is that is completely 100% damn near more possible to happen now that our borders. Check the terrorist watch list or whatever it's called. How many terrorists they know about that have crossed the border compared to years before.
Yeah.
It's a
remarkable.
crazy stat to look at.
Yes.
But I think that's all our fucking topics today. Christian's about to have a little family deal here tonight.
Yep.
Shout out Christian and his family, and it's prayers for them for
Yep.
what they're going through, and
Definitely.
wish the best for their family. Great people.
Yep.
But everybody out there, if you got something that you want to say, anything you disagree with what we said, drop a comment down. We'll have a discussion.
Yep.
Anybody wants to hop on the podcast, you're always welcome. But everybody have a great day and live your free reign.
Free reign.